What's good, squad? It's your girl Kaylee, and welcome to another session of the Boss Chick Corner. Today, we are diving into stepping out on faith, getting into purpose, and shaping the Black excellence image, all in compilation with a good old boss's spotlight. As a brand manager, graphic designer, and overall entrepreneur, I know how valuable it is to carve out the direction of your vision. I always ask that question, what is your why? So today I'm hoping we all can get some insight from this amazing woman who will be joining us. But before we get her into the corner, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, let your girl know you're in the corner with us this morning, this afternoon, whatever it is for you. All right. Yes, yes, yes. So let's get into it. Welcoming the boss chick, Miss Omega, Dr. Omega. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the
Good
corner.
morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. They do call me the illustrious, the
Oh,
bad, the bold, the beautiful Omega Auntie Mothersill guy, y'all.
yeah.
Yes.
We just got news that Auntie just got married last weekend.
Yes. Thank
Congratulations.
you. I am official. I'm officially the MRS Club. Yes.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So go ahead. Tell us what were your wedding colors?
Black, white with a hint of red, but it was black and white. And I used the red roses and Cali lilies. So very,
My
sophisticated.
favorite.
Yes, ma'am. I really wanted to do a color like red or whatever,
Yes.
but when I got his suit taken care of, and it was white jacket with the black trim, and then I just went with the white dress, and then my ladies wore black dresses with red roses, and then the gentleman wore the black suits with the red boutonniere. So black, white with the hint of red.
That's beautiful. That's classy.
It
That's
was.
beautiful.
It
I can't
was.
I can't wait to see some of the pictures whenever you decide to show
I'm gonna
them.
go ahead and post because I really kept this close to my heart. I'm 53 and I've never been married and don't have any children.
Okay.
So when he asked, I said, let's do it. And he asked me on Valentine's Day. So I said, babe, I really don't want to have a long, drawn out, engagement because number one, Auntie ain't finna live in sin. That's number one.
Hello.
Number two, I was like, and I don't want to have a big wedding. And I'm a wedding planner. My very first business is Forever Bells Bridal Consulting and Coordinating. And so
Yes.
everyone truly expected me to have this big $100,000 wedding.
Yeah.
And I said, no. I said, I was very specific. I want a 5 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 3 car garage home. That's what I want. So I chose to spend my money in a house opposed to a wedding. You know,
Yes.
we're in love. We love one another, and we know that we're going to be together until death do us part, or I kill him one, whichever one comes first.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I just really wanted something small, and I tried to do just him and I. And my thing was, babe, let's do it right after church on a Sunday, and we'll invite people to come to church. And if they don't come to church, they're gonna miss the wedding. But my family was not having that. Okay, so I end up still having a very small wedding with just my sister, his sister, and then my brothers.
Okay.
So it and his stepdad. So it ended up being very nice, quaint, and small still, but not as small as I would have liked it.
Exactly. But you do want to share it with the people who mean the most, that close
Exactly.
circle. So it worked out exactly the way the
It
Lord meant it to happen.
Let me tell you, it really did. And I am not complaining because everyone there was meant to be there.
Yes, yes. Love it. Love it. So what drew me to you when we first introduced, I think we were a part of one of these group messages or group chats, your introduction, like just like you gave your whole spiel, yes, your introduction is amazing. Your resume is outstanding. So we're gonna get into that in just a minute. But
Okay.
one of the other things that kind of drew me in is when you said that you do the pageant consulting and kind of help with the brand. So I was thinking in my head, I don't do pageants, but I know people who do pageants. But I
Hmm.
do branding when it comes to a person's business and their image when it comes to artistry. Is
Hmm.
one and the same. So
Right.
what I like to do a quick little icebreaker. Who has good brands in your opinion? Who does not?
Okay. Let's see.
So let's see. Everybody loves a good pop culture. Michael Jackson.
Solid brand. And what I like about Michael Jackson is that he never swayed, he never changed. He solidified his brand and he was the same way from start to finish. You know how some people can go from blonde to brunette to red, whatever. He
Yeah,
stayed very consistent with his brand, and I like consistency.
that's my favorite thing as well. Um, let's see. Uh, there's an artist, Molly Music. Have you heard of him?
No. And I'm sad to say, maybe but I'm
So,
not really I'm more gospel than pop. So,
and he is.
so, but I
So,
don't know that name. So tell me what he's singing.
so he has a song with Kirk Franklin that I love. Give me that love I can explain.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't really know his brand to speak on it, and I don't want to do any injustice to him if I can say that.
So this be your little homework. Please check him out because I hear people say a few different things. Because at the
Hmm.
very beginning it was very Kojic, if you would say. Um,
Okay.
Now he branches out in different mediums to bring everybody back to the center.
Hmm.
So a lot of people say, I think he changed. I think he swayed, but I really don't think so because his play on words definitely resonate with his first projects. So
Okay. All right.
definitely check him out.
Let me check that out. Yeah, because I don't want to do the young man any injustice. Now, Auntie very fair when it comes to that. So, but I
So
will, do a little research to kind of see where he's at. Yeah, let me do that.
definitely. Okay, what about our good sis Tasha Cobb?
I like Tasha, and I like her brand. I like what she stands for. And again, I see consistency, and that's important to me with her. She has range, and people tend to think range is stepping outside of the box. Range is not stepping outside of the box. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you go from gospel to pop, and we've seen some of them do that, or even share the stage with rappers that may not have a positive light to the gospel community, but she has range, and I like that. And she's good at what she do, and
Okay,
I
love.
applaud that young.
Listen, I feel like when you can get people who are not exactly have a belief
Hmm.
to rock with you and make them
Absolutely.
think about it, that's a
Hmm.
whole other level of
But that's evangelism. Let's just
exact
call it what it is. Yeah,
exactly. You got to
yeah,
meet them where I feel like you got to meet them where they are.
exactly. And I like that. Like I said, she does have range in her fans, and I love it because she can go into a secular setting and
Mhm.
still be effective,
Okay, okay.
and I
Yep.
like that. Hmm.
Okay, like I think I got about two more. Let's see.
Hmm.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I like Whoopi. I know a lot of people feel that she's radical or, bodacious, whatever you want to call it. I like Whoopi. And I have seen her growth because we're in that same age range. She's a little older, but I have seen her growth over the years. And, to go from comedy to talk show host, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But she did it. And you can't help but to celebrate the fact that she's still going after all of these, still being effective after all of these years.
Mhm.
So I don't have anything. I'm not going to say no, and I'm not going to say yes. I'm saying that she's doing her thing, and I've seen the growth.
Definitely, definitely. It's kind of like this, and it depends. I guess it depends on the topic sometimes as well.
Mhm.
But I like her strongness, her boldness. She stands
She's
10 toes.
radical. She's audacious. I
Yeah,
love it. You know, it may not be for everybody, but from
But
when she came to now, and then not only that, not to be the beauty in the room, and still has gathered, years and years and years of being effective. You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody will expect a Beyonce or
yeah,
somebody like that to, be at the center of attention at all times. But Whoopi, if you knew her story and where she came from, you can't help but say, "Girl, you did it. You're still doing it."
listen, I think she's beautiful. She always is. She steps outside of the box. She doesn't conform, and I love it. Even her whole style on the View, when they go
The way
downstairs,
she dressed,
her
yeah,
shoes, and she says, I don't wear heels, but she'll come
hmm
in with like her customized wedges, and they're different
hmm
and cute, and
right.
they match her.
And I love it. And so, when it comes to her image and dressing, she has not swayed. You can see her in an evening gown or a ball gown at, one of the big events, but she still comes back to Whoopi. And
Mhm.
you can't help but say she's consistent.
Love it, love it. Okay, and last one, Kiki Wyatt.
No. Mm. Now, I was always taught if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But that's not my thing. So I've seen flip flop, up, down, you know. She can sing. She can sing. I can give her that. But yeah.
Get it. I get it. There was a few
I
things
don't
that
know
got
what
me
to say. So,
with a raised
Lord, you got to
eyebrow too.
brighten my tongue. Brighten my tongue to take control of my thoughts, God, because I don't ever want to be rude or disrespectful to anyone. But that's not my jam. That's not my thing. And I have seen some, flip flopping back and forth. But, as long as they come back to the one,
Yes,
I'm always happy and good and excited for them. But I have seen some flip flopping.
definitely, definitely. Okay, okay. So that I like to do those icebreakers just to get the conversations flowing. I hope you are not nervous. I know you're not.
Oh no, no. This is my vein. This is what I do. So I don't, when you're good at what you do and you love what you do, who can do it better than you?
Hello,
Just bring it in. I mean,
hello.
now if you was talking about neurosurgery or
Well,
or
look,
or
you'll have to
this
go
and
back
nano
to
chip, yeah.
you have to go back to
Auntie
the
be like,
story. I've had that last year. So I can probably chime in a little bit.
oh, okay. Well, girl, you got it. I'm gonna give it all to you because Auntie don't know nothing about it. So I tend not to talk about things. I'm very observant. I will listen. I will learn from you. That's one thing that will happen. But I ain't talking about nothing I don't know about. That's that's for sure. I'm not one of those people that's an intellectual and can beat you down with words. Don't get it twisted. Now I'm a word girl, but I stay in my lane. I tend to stay in my lane, and I talk about what I know about. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to. Girl, Auntie said this, and Auntie said, "No, ma'am. I'm gonna say what's right." And the one thing about it, and this is one of my mottos: is do what's right, and right will always come back to you. So I stay in my lane. Okay.
Hello. Love it. Love it. All right, well, let's get into you a little bit. Who is Dr. Omega? And let the people know who you are, where you're from, what it is that you do.
Look, guys, I am a champion of women. I love every woman. My why is seeing every woman living a whole, successful, and productive life. It has not always been easy, especially when it comes to business. I have been an entrepreneur since I was 20 years old, and I started my entrepreneur journey. And I know that when I did good, there was no one there applauding me, saying, "Girl, job well done, you're doing it," you know. And I wanted to change the trajectory of that because I knew if I had a mentor like Oprah Winfrey, then my life would be totally different right now. But I had parents that said, go to school, go to school, go to school, get a good job, get a good job. They never taught me about entrepreneurship.
Mm,
And I wanted to be that light. I wanted to be that beacon for women that were in business. So I created Women Business Leaders and Entrepreneur Pageant. It is not a beauty pageant. So it's nothing about the aesthetics. It's about the woman that can articulate the who, what, when, where, why, and how of her business to get to the next level. So that is my main thing that I focus on right now is, and now I do have the Man Business Leaders and Entrepreneur pageant. And I have 8 pageant systems under my belt. But my baby, the one that I birthed from the beginning is Women Business Leaders and Entrepreneur pageant. I am excited about women in business. All of us are not a Fortune 500 company. So we don't always get the recognition that we not only deserve, but that we need to keep going.
Hmm.
So that's why I created WBLEP. And that is my focus right now outside of my other businesses that I have. Um, I am a serial entrepreneur. I teach all of my clients that a Proverbs woman is a woman that have 8 streams of income. Everybody say 7 streams, 8.
Hello.
Because being a wife, being a mother is still in some fact that you can actually earn money doing what you're doing if you know what you're doing. So I definitely teach 8 streams of income. That is who Dr. Omega is. I just want to see every woman living a whole, successful, and productive life. And you cannot do that paycheck or paycheck to paycheck.
Hello. I agree. I agree. So with your clientele, you said not all of them are Fortune 500. What type of industries do you work with?
All.
Okay.
I make it my business to, it's not just me. I have a team of people, and my husband now is a entrepreneur coach. So I have a team. So if it's not an industry that I thrive in, I always partner my clients with somebody because it's not all about me making a dollar. I am
Hmm.
gonna make that referral fee. Don't get it twisted. I will refer you to somebody in your vein, and you still can work with me. But if, like, let's say you're in the nursing field, I don't have a nursing background. I could talk to you about nursing and how to brand yourself to get to the next level in your industry, but I will pair you with a nurse that has had that experience. You understand what I'm saying? So my clients get the best of my world, not just me.
Okay. So what are your top three favorite industries at the moment? Like what is bringing life to you?
I I love e-commerce, helping, literally, that this earlier this month we had a fashion show where 3 of us launched t-shirt lines.
Oh.
And I brought the ladies in. They had to tell their story. They had a ribbon cutting ceremony, and then they presented their fashions and did their thank yous after. It was a huge success. Everybody, now I'm having another one in May. So every other month, we will be doing spotlighting these entrepreneurs, especially those that are doing e-commerce. But this time we have a massage therapist that is launching a massage business. We have the young lady that made my wedding dress. She will be showcasing her contour line that she's bringing about, and then we have a young lady that has a online boutique that we're trying to push into a brick and mortar. So it is 3 different things this time, but I love entrepreneurs that, especially that are breaking into e-commerce, and that because it's a huge, everybody, oh, it's saturated. No, ma'am. What's for you is for you.
That part.
What is for you is for you. And your customers are your customers. We may share customers or we may never even cross paths with our customers. But
Exactly.
and the thing about e-commerce for me, especially with the launching of the t-shirt lines, they all have messages. It's not just, hey, glow girl, which is one of my sayings, but the one young lady, Miss Norva, she has um, had both of her breasts removed, and we created her story, which is Breastless Beauty. And she talks about women that can be beautiful with or without their breasts, because a lot of people have the mastectomies and everything, have their breasts removed, but they start to shrink back and they feel like they lost their womanhood. But she's
Mhm.
telling her story that, baby, you can be beautiful with or without your breasts. Now she
That's
wears her
right.
bald head, she wears her shirts without her prosthetics, and I love it. So it's a story that's being told with her t-shirt lines. Everything on her t-shirt line speaks to that. Miss Cheryl Lovett came to my pageant last year, competed in my pageant and won. The same day that she got there, they found out that her husband had cancer, and that was in July. We buried him in October.
Mm,
So but when her pastor told the story that when he walked into the hospital after her husband passed, she said, "But I'm still trusting God." You
that's
know,
right.
and she has a story behind that talking about trusting God even in the crisis of your life. And so all of her shirts, real men trust God, kids trust God, I'm trusting God, trust God in the morning, trust God in the evening, trust God all day. So all of her messaging is about trusting God. So it's not just helping these ladies create a t-shirt line, but
Hmm.
having them to create a t-shirt line with a message that people can get behind and relate to.
Okay. Yes. I really appreciate you and respect you for saying that because like I said, as a brand manager myself, my favorite question is what is your why? A lot of people will be out here. I'm just gonna help you because I see dollar signs, I see this, but I see that you're about the mission, the why, and helping them share their story. A lot of people don't realize just because they want to start a business or have a service or a product, yes, that is your product. You yourself
Mhm.
are the product. Your story is the product.
And a lot of people don't want to have a message because they think that they're gonna lose people. A message is what gains you people. It brings and draws people to you because you know you may be 20 years old and you don't even understand breast cancer, but what about the other 50, 60, 100 and 200,000 women that do understand what's going on or even have the threat, or everybody that has had some type of experience with cancer, some type of cancer. But not a lot of us are telling our stories, especially as African American women, because we're taught to keep it, hold it in. Nobody don't want to know that,
That's
And I
right.
say, no, everybody needs to know.
I agree.
Because, if you only reach one person and you can change the trajectory of one person's life, your mission has been fulfilled.
I say that all the time. If I touch one person, I think I've done my duty. I think I have served God in the best way possible. Just
That's
touching
it.
one person.
Just one person, and then you don't know that one person can get you to millions. People think that, oh, I need 100,000 people to buy $100,000 from me. It could be that one person that can take you to your million, because when that one person believes in you, it helps you to believe in yourself, and it helps you
Right.
to keep going.
Right. Okay. So listen. So the other week, me and my friends, we went out for one of their birthdays, and we were just walking around
Mhm.
to different stores. And I didn't really feel like I wanted to buy anything. I just wanted to buy something for my friend, and we just kept
Mhm.
going. But in the store, I saw a lot of young people. They were had their product. There was one guy, he had a whole shoe system that helped you clean the bottom of your shoes, and his pitch was nice. It was another girl. It was a group of them. They had a t-shirt line called
Mhm.
Lost Arts. So they had their spill. Then we went into another store, and we're just we're looking around like, oh, it's some nice stuff in here. So I was about to take a picture, and the lady said, "You can't take a picture in here."
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, so we decided to leave. So I'm at that point, I'm like, you don't know what I was doing, and I was gonna share it to my platform because, like I said, the other two that I met, I actually posted their links to my platform so that they can get some recognition and some shine.
Mhm.
And I'm like, lady, you just kicked me. You basically kicked me out of your store, and I could have actually promoted you.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Absolutely.
I guess we weren't buying anything fast enough for us. So
Mhm. Right, right.
but
But
yeah, you don't block your blessings. You don't know who you're meeting and what they can introduce you to.
absolutely, absolutely, and that's why it's important to. Has she done this? Well, you're taking pictures. May I ask, well, how are you going to use these pictures? It could have been something simple as that could have changed the trajectory of her business
Mm-hmm.
if you would not have just been so crass. And that I teach people, don't do that. Don't be so crass. Don't be so bold. And I'm not saying don't be bold, because one of my statements is bold, building on life.
Right.
So I'm not saying don't be bold, but don't be so bold to block your blessings. That could have went a whole totally different way.
That's right.
And look what she lost out on, because she's so used to saying that to people instead of getting the person's reasonings as to why they're doing what they're doing. And that's how you start conversations and you build relationship. Just ask a question. I tell my queens all the time, I may walk into a networking event. My personality is going to draw people to me because I don't meet any strangers.
That's
However,
right.
if you're more of a introvert or even an ambivert, then you may not meet the amount of people that Auntie's going to meet. But if you walk into a networking event with a crown and sash on that has your business, that's natural attention. You're going to
That's right.
get, well, how did you get, well, what did you do to get that? And use that to your advantage, especially if you're an introvert, because your crown and sash is going to gander natural attention.
Did y'all catch that? Did you catch that? That was a whole gym. Walk in with your crown and your sash and let it do the talking for you.
Let it talk. And then the beauty of WBLEP is that we don't put Miss Florida, Miss Georgia, Miss California. We don't put states and cities. I put your business name on your set. So if your business is Briggs Beauty Biz, then it's going to have Briggs Beauty Biz on your sash. Well, what is Briggs Beauty Biz? It is my business, and I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you about it. You know what I'm
Elevator
saying?
pitch
So,
time. I appreciate that.
yes,
Get your elevator pitch on.
that's it. And I tell them, be ready, because somebody is going to ask. And you don't want to have a 2 hour story, because then people don't, talk your way out of something. You don't talk your way out of a sale because you're talking too long.
That's
you
right.
know? Yes. So that is the beauty of WBLAP, because in all essence, I'm branding your business. That when you connect to this system, you're connecting to a different level of branding.
Yes, yes. Okay, well, speaking more of brand, what has been like the top three components to a solid image for you?
For me, and I'm going to say it again, consistency, being consistent. If you can do that with your brand a lot, and I've seen it, I see it all the time, that people change their brand and people are confused. You don't like your logo, or you see somebody with a different logo and you go and you switch your logo to something else because somebody else logo was more appealing. I had the same logo that I started with. Now, when I started, I created about 8, because it's important to me to, like, if I'm putting my brand on a backdrop, it may
Mm-hmm.
not be my pageant brand that's on my logo. It's still my pageant brand. It's just a different format. So
Right.
and it's black and gold. Now my pageant logo is black, pink, and gold. Okay. So if you are a person that, a minimalist, you might like the black and gold logo better. So that's going
Right.
to appeal to you more. And then if you like color, then the one with the pop of pink is going to appeal to you more. It's still my same brand, and I launched them all at the same time so that it would be some consistency there, but it hasn't changed over the years. You
That's
understand?
right. And
So,
like I said, as a graphic designer, I kind of go through that and they'll say, make it pop or do this. Can you add this? I like that one and I like that one. No, color choices are fine to switch around, but when you set your structure, you have to have it so distinct that whenever they see it and no matter what color, they still know that it's you.
it's you. It is you. So that's one thing that I love is consistency. And real estate, I call your business cards. And this is what I teach. If I see a business card and it's something on the front and nothing on the back, I'm looking at you sideways. Simply because even if you didn't have anything to put on the back, reach out, partner with someone else,
Mhm.
and you could have split the cost of those cards. And when I gave out my card, I'm giving out your card as well. Don't ever have blank real estate. Okay. Always have something on the front and the back. So if you had two businesses, if I had the pageant on one side, I also make plus size, excuse me, plus size custom tutus, and I may have just have you tried the tutu for the plus size sexy diva? I've done that. So it's branding both of my companies at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So that
Off
is
topic,
important to me that
off
you never
topic.
have.
I'm gonna need one for my birthday. A tutu.
Yes, ma'am. And I do them for the plus size sexy diva because you can't just walk in a store and find a tutu for a plus
Yeah.
size girl. So I created my own line called Tempty Tutus, and it's for the plus size. And I teach you how to style it, not just with a branded T-shirt, which that's one of my favorite styles. But I put it with a crop jacket. You can put it with a blazer. You can do wonders with a tutu. If you jean jacket, I just teach you how to style yourself for that event that you're looking for or you're attending. So
I'm gonna need your assistance because sometimes I don't feel like I can really rock a blazer. So we're gonna have to figure this out because I
baby,
need
you can rock a blazer with jeans, you can rock it with shorts, you can rock it with a skirt, you can rock it with a belt, a chain. You can do wonders with. Now, my first um, thing is fashion because that's what I went to school for, fashion merchandising,
sales.
retail marketing. And so I love styling. I love bringing people together. Enhance you image and success coaching is my business. That is my business. So I love to style and to make women, because when you feel good and you look good and you feel good, you're ready to produce.
Hello.
Nobody can't say that when they look good and feel good, that when they walk into a room, they're not, baby, you the sunshine. The moon rise bright and the sun rise bright. And that's how you have to think about yourself. When you look
That's
good and
right.
feel good, you're gonna produce. So that's one of my things. The blank real estate, I teach and I focus on your brand. If you are not comfortable with just, if you only have that one brand, partner with someone and help them to brand their businesses as well. And that's one thing that I teach in branding. And then the final one, and this may be a little off the cuff, but for branding, but a lot of people don't understand who they are. And
Mm.
that's what I bring in. Image is important to your brand. And having, and nobody wants to, I tell my clients, you can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare.
Ooh.
Your brand is your image, and nobody can do it better. Stop having so many people representing your brand. It's okay to have brand ambassadors, but the brand ambassador shouldn't be the spotlight of your business. You said it earlier. You're your number one
Mm-hmm.
brand. You are your brand. Bring in image into your brand. A lot of people like to be sexy, baby, but if your brand is talking about being elegant and classy, sexy may not factor in at this time. I'm not saying don't be sexy, but make sure you figure out your image for your brand and rock it.
That's right. So I definitely ask my customers when they're doing their brand profile, what is it that you see? Like, give me your customer avatar because that's going to determine how you approach them.
Mhm.
So
So
we
I'm
definitely
in a
have.
pageant. I'm in a pageant industry. I'm in the beauty industry. So of course it's going to be important for me to put on some lip gloss. You understand what I'm saying? Because I can't tell people about, because when you think pageantry, you automatically think beauty,
Right.
right? And I teach them that WBLEP don't look at the aesthetics. That doesn't mean we don't have aesthetics. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Still got to look good. But it's so important that women and men solidify your brand with your image.
That's right.
Because if one thing about business, people are attracted to who they most want to be like.
That's right.
And if you don't have any brand and you don't look a certain way, if you don't act a certain, and I'm not saying create a whole new persona for your business because that's not what it's about.
Hmm.
But you have to have enough image that someone wants to connect with you, that
I
someone
agree.
wants to be around you, someone wants to be in your space, someone wants to buy your product or your service just because they like your brand and they like your image.
Oh, that's it. That's it. So the three components, you guys, let's get it. She said consistency, no empty real estate, meaning the things that you hand out, make sure that it's covered, even partner with people. And last, make sure your brand has an image. Make sure it really states what it is. Because I do see like the new ones that are coming out, like who wants to be cosmetologists and hairstylists, braiders. I feel like if you're gonna show how dope your braids are, your hair should be nice as well.
I cannot sit in. I'm a wigger, and that is why I'm a wigger, because I see so many women in that industry that don't have image. You're telling me to have image, and you're gonna sit me in your chair and give me image, but baby, what you doing for you? Because
Mhm.
I need to see it. It's
Mhm.
important that you represent your brand and you represent it well.
That's right.
And nobody's gonna be on 100 all the time. And I tell
Right.
people that, 'cause, girl, in a few minutes, I'm gonna take this wig off and put on me a little beanie, but I'm gonna still be cute. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? But that's just auntie. But nobody's on 100% of the time. And if they say they are, it's a lie. Because we all get sick, we all get exhausted, we all get tired, so we're not going. But when it's time for you to be on set, be on set.
Hello. I agree.
Be on set, come together and make it happen. I take some pictures sometimes. People like to see you because when they see me and they see me in my industry, they're going to see, similar to this or to another level with this. But they don't get to see me in my downtime. So I often will post a picture with my beanie on. And I said, Auntie can rock a beanie just like she can rock these 26 inches. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm still going to be okay because I'm secure in who I am.
That's
Because I'm
right.
not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me.
Exactly, exactly. And like you said, you have to be able to show the people, what it is that they're gonna get when it comes to your service. I just often sometimes do so much for everybody else that I leave mine on the back burner. But that was
Hmm.
my intention for this year, to be more intentional with everything that I post so that it's consistent, so that you
Hmm.
see exactly what it is you're coming in to talk with. Like my color scheme, as you can see here, purple and
Hmm.
yellow, purple, yellow, black. That's the thing.
Absolutely. I love it. I love that. Those are some powerful colors when you put, especially when you put them. And everything black. If you add black, and to those that are thinking about creating a business,
Hmm.
black represents elegance. Okay.
Yeah,
Whenever you see that, hear that little black dress or a black tuxedo, you always gonna think elegant. Okay.
yeah,
So always figure out how you can sneak a little
a
black.
little
Now, if you're in the medicines or anything like that, medical field, then you want to stay with your blues and your greens and your yellows because those are more common colors. But
colors pretty,
anything,
y'all.
right? So anything with entertainment, factor in some black. Anything with image, factor in some black because anything with black is going to say elegant. Okay, so that's just Auntie little golden nugget for you today. And
Black
make sure your brand is timeless. A lot of this stuff that's coming out, a lot of these new graphic artists, they're very edgy, but you can tell it was made in 2024, or so you want to make sure everything that you do is timeless. That's one thing about my logo. I wanted to make sure that it would stand the test of time. Okay.
that's
So always don't just think, oh, that's pretty because it got the bling bling on it and everything. But what about next year when bling bling is gone and you're using the more matte muted colors?
and
Then
that
people,
bothers me when they say make it pop, pop on it, pop, pop, pop. And I personally like when I think of, like you said, timeless. When I think of things that have grown throughout, each generation,
mhm.
Tiffany's is when I was in
Yes.
school, they
Mhm.
asked me to find like a designer that I can kind of model and learn about. Paula Scher, she created the Tiffany company logo.
Yes. Yes.
Simple. And now we have a whole Tiffany's blue. Like she
Mhm.
helped create a Tiffany's blue, a whole color. But
And
the
people are planning their whole weddings and events around Tiffany
Tiffany
blue.
blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
just those things, and it's so simple because it's a simple serif font,
Mm-hmm.
but it's magic. It's magic, and
Timeless.
I
It's
always say simple is best.
timeless. And even, I mean, you know how long Tiffany's been around, and even this new generation is still relating to Tiffany's. You know, I mean, I timeless. That's all I can say. Make sure that when you're, it's not always about the pop. Think timeless, something that can withstand the test of time.
And I also always say, if you're trying to, make your product go mainstream, think about what is on the shelf currently, and
Mhm.
think about how your product or your logo will look sitting on that shelf.
That's it. And get so bold as to create it and then go sit it on a Publix or Walmart shelf, and you can see what it's called visualization. And people
Yes,
don't want to be bold when it comes to visualization, because see, I will take this bottle and I will put my logo on it, then I go sit it right in between this brand and the next brand, and this is what my product will look like sitting on this shelf. Now then that makes you think, how can I make this happen?
that's right.
Visualization. Don't be afraid of it. Use it to your advantage. Not some of the time, all of the time.
Oh my goodness, we are one in the same. We are one in the same because I'll print out something real quick and be like, let's just see. Let's just see.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. All
I
right.
love.
So you mentioned, we're gonna go back just a little bit. So
Hmm.
when you started your organization and your business, what was that defining moment for you? Can you dive a little bit deeper into it? Like what did you say to yourself? Like, I'm gonna do this.
Well, with WBLEP, what happened was I had coached a young lady in pageantry, and she had competed in the pageant 3 times and never won.
Mm,
I coached her and styled her for the pageant. Not only did she win, she won the elite title. Now it's time for her to go to nationals. Okay. And I didn't charge her because that was not my vein, really, So I said, but I know I'm a stylist, and I know how I have stage presence. She won. So now it's time
yeah.
for her to go to national. I'm going to send my invoice because we did it. Let's do it again.
Right?
I sent the invoice, and she responded back, what qualified me to charge her? I said, because you just won. And you had competed 3 times before and didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
And when her director came up to me, she was like, you did an excellent job with her. The blue dress, perfect for pageantry. The red dress, not so much. I said, the blue dress, I styled her in. The red one, she purchased and wore it on her own. Just so you know, you know.
Right.
So I said, you know what? People, and I really want to just say Black people, they love credentials. They may not have them, but they surely want you to have them.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to, the very next year, to compete in a pageant at 45 years old. I competed in
Right.
my first pageant. And I loved everything about that competition because hands down, no holds barred. It is a competition. And but I met friends that I'm still friends with to this day. I had women helping me fluff my dress and put on my earrings and pull out my hair. You understand what I'm saying? I had women that were competing against me, helping me. Now I had been in business 20 years. I can meet somebody at a network, baby, let's do this, let's do lunch, let's connect, let's collaborate. And it never happened because they see you as their competition.
Competition.
But
Yeah.
even at a actual competition, I found camaraderie. I found friends. I found celebration. And I said to myself, why can't we have this in business?
That's
And
right.
God gave me the vision to start a pageant for women in business to bring camaraderie, to bring love, and to bring support to one another. And that is how I got started in this industry, because I wanted women in business to experience what I experienced through that pageant. And that was a beauty pageant. It wasn't a business
Right.
pageant. My niche is very different. You won't find too many. Well, let me not say that now, because this is my seventh year, and now I'm finding or seeing business pageants pop up. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? But to say that I was one of the first, yes, ma'am, to create a business pageant, or a pageant that celebrated women in business. That's how
Definitely. And I will
I
say
saw a
that that's
need.
very unique.
Yeah, I saw a need for something, and a lot of people don't understand that that's how businesses are started. When you find a problem and you solve that problem. That's all
That's
I did. I solved the problem to celebrate women in business.
that's the number one thing when it comes to business and SWOT analysis. You find what needs the solution. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And that's, like I said, that's definitely a unique thing. It gives tips, it gives guidance, but it also gives support that so many people don't have. I made a post the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Support can be simply just believing in me, and the fact that
That's,
you to believe in your clients and
mm-hmm.
the guidance and the steps along the way, they'll
Mm-hmm.
forever give it to you. They'll forever for it. So I
Look, I got women connected to me from my very first pageant that's still connected to me, still working in my pageant. And that's important, because that shows that there's something there that they want and that they need. And I have women that have, I could talk about my current ultimate queen that came to me, and she had one business. Now she has five. You understand what I'm saying? So I can see the growth in those that are connected to me. Because when you listen, now you can be connected to somebody. And I have had coaches that I have not listened to. Trust me, I have. I'm just being honest and transparent, people. I have
mm-hmm.
had coaches that once they tell me to do something, I feel like I can do it differently and do it better. Now, I don't care if they say, girl, go get to grab the broom and sweep the floor. I'm doing exactly what they say, because now when I became a coach, I understood
Yes.
what clients like me was like. We're expecting all these miraculous results, but we're not willing to do what the coach is saying to do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's not just me saying it, you guys. Sometimes you have to be okay. There's a method to the madness. There's a
Hmm.
method to science. You contract us for these reasons. Trust in the process, because
That's
it's a
it.
reason you have to do. I can't make it happen without you contributing to make it happen.
Right, right. And I'm here as a coach. I'm a sounding board more than anything. But when I listen to what you say and then I give you a directive, I'm just giving you the directive based on what you have said to me. You understand what I'm saying? And people don't understand that. You saying that you want to, I was listening to one of the young men on that you did. I think he was from Mississippi, and he was a singer, and he really liked Whitney Houston. So I was listening to him, and then I was able to hear throughout the interview where you heard a song that he did, and you said it had Whitney vibes. You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying? And when I'm telling you, and I'm going to go and research and listen to some of his stuff on YouTube as well, because I like to learn. And that's how I'm able to deal with people in different industries, because I'm constantly learning, you know. So good word, sister, Miss Watts. It is a reason that they came to you, and if they would just listen, that's the only
That's
thing.
right.
As a coach, you just want your clients to listen. But I heard him come back to his first love in that interview, and and just imagine what he can do if he really worked with you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because now you've heard his background, you've heard what he desired, even though he may not have said it outright.
Yeah. Yeah.
But listening, I can now go back and even coach him myself. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So now music is not my bang, Auntie. I'm a backup singer way back. that now. So I
All right.
can't help you, baby. I
Listen.
can introduce you to some people, but I ain't coaching you on nobody how to sing because that is not. I understand my lane. And there's one thing I teach people is know your lane and do not
Mhm.
operate outside of that. There's no way for you to be successful. I'm not saying that you can't try new things, but when you're good at what you do and you understand what it is that your purpose is, then you're going to do well in your vein. Pageantry is my vein. I do
That's
well.
right.
I'm in my seventh season. You know what I'm saying? But now I
Oh,
can't help the little fella, but baby, I know that what he said, you should be able to pop him as a client because he's
definitely.
told you everything that he desires. And when you know what a person desires, you can be a blessing to them as a
Hmm.
coach.
That's right. Well, he did reach back out and he was like, I really want to work with you. So Tay Angelo and I we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Yay! Y'all let me know because I come to the concert, girl. I come
Yeah.
on.
Okay. Say you have a new fan. New fan.
Yes, I enjoyed his interview. I listened to I enjoyed it, and
Oh.
that's what's amazing to me is that when I hear something in somebody and I hear their passion, and you know what, he didn't make excuses. You know,
Mm-mm.
I got off track. I'm not always consistent. I know that's what I love when people don't make excuses.
That's right.
So I can literally say he's a real client. If you work with him, he can get to the next level.
Love him to pieces. I met him about two 3 semesters ago because he was a
Mhm.
former student. And like I said, we had a little karaoke in the cafeteria one day, and he got on that microphone and he
Blew it
killed it.
out. Mhm.
Killed it. And so so I when I had a fashion show the other week, I was like, I really need some bigger voices to come on out. And I was like, I think this would be a good one because I don't think he had done anything in a while. So he was like, sure, I'll be there. I'm getting off work and I'm on my way. So he was so excited.
Absolutely. I loved his energy. I really did. I just think that because he's so humble, he can go a long way. And I cannot wait to see what God has in store for him. And I love his background. And he gave his mama, his aunt, he gave them props. I love
Yes,
that. He ain't afraid to say, baby, I started in the church. And that's where I'm at. I ain't
right.
trying to go. I have tried new things. Don't get it. I mean, because that's what you have to do as an artist. You have to find your lane.
That's
But I
right.
loved his sincerity and I loved his honesty. So I'm looking for him to do some amazing things.
Yay. All right, all right. Okay, okay. So, like I said, I'm not gonna hold you too long. I just wanted to get another one more thing out of all of your clients. Can we talk about one of like your favorite moments, defining moments for them? What was something important that people, new business owners can kind of use for motivation?
I have one client, and I can talk about this client because she's now my mother-in-law, and she competed in my. Let me tell you something. She found me on social media some kind of way, and she asked to be a vendor at one of my pageants.
Hmm.
She could not come because she had to work, but she sent her husband and her friend, and they came and they worked the vending table. Her husband was so impressed with the system, he went back to tell her everything that happened and all these beautiful women and everything that we did. And the very next year, she competed in my pageant. And she came in under the auspice of Mary Kay. So
Oh,
she was a direct marketing,
yes.
direct sales business. And now she has branched off. This is the one that I was talking about with the breastless beauty. Now she
Mm,
has her own brand, her own business. So she created Bridge Beauty Biz. She has a t-shirt line under there. She has the jewelry line, the makeup line. She also has hot sauce. She makes the tea hot sauce. So she makes her own pepper sauce and she does catering. So when I tell you that this one connection has branched and branched and branched. And then found myself kept hanging out over at her house, and her son was there. One thing led to another, and now I'm with this guy. So she's
Mother-in-law.
now my mother-in-law. But
Okay.
I tell you, she's 61,
Okay.
has had both of her breasts removed, came from Trinidad, where she lived in the poorest neighborhood in Trinidad. And she's writing her current writing. She has a journal that she just released this year. And now she's writing her book, From Trinidad to a Tiara. And when I tell you, her story is so powerful, it is just so powerful. So when you say, you know, where I started. It's not where I start, but it's where I finish.
That's
It's
right.
not how I start, but it's that I started anyway, regardless of what my situation or what my circumstances was. I
That's
started.
right.
And when I tell you that she does have and not because she's my mother-in-law, because she had this amazing story before she became my mother-in-law. And I see the growth in her. From her with her Trinidadian with accent to, speaking, and not just speaking, but being an appealing speaker where people want to hear more of her story.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. I have another young lady that I was her 10th grade teacher. She was in my 10th grade high school class. She was an ESE student. And she got connected to me, and she wanted to be around me. She was the first one at my door every morning. And she was to graduate with a ESE diploma, a certificate of completion. And I said, that's not your story to tell.
Right.
On Facebook 2 or 3 days ago, she just got her acceptance letter for her master's program because she graduated with a regular diploma. She has worked my businesses with me from the time that she was in the 10th grade, and she's 34 now.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's still connected to me.
Yeah.
And she's now registered for her master's program because she just graduated with her BA. And I said, you're not stopping there because I want
Go
to see people
girl.
behind your name. You understand what I'm saying? For somebody that they said that wasn't smart enough or capable enough to graduate with a regular diploma,
Hmm.
she's enrolled in a master's program.
Let's
These
get it.
these are the type of stories that I can talk about and that I can tell. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's about not just being connected, but being connected to a source
That's right.
that can get you to the next level. Every connection is not a destined connection.
That's
But
right.
if you can find a destiny connection, then get it. Find it, use it to your advantage. And people say, oh, you can't, don't use people. Yes, baby, you better use somebody. Stop thinking that you can't, a person can't be useful to you. Understand what Auntie is saying. I'm not saying
Mhm.
be a use,
Use.
but be a person other than yourself can be useful to you and help you. We cannot do this by ourselves. We cannot do it alone.
That's right.
You're gonna have to have some help some kind of way.
It doesn't have to be in a selfish manner. It all has a purpose.
Purpose. It all has a purpose. And find you somebody that believes in your purpose.
That's
Because when
right.
you do that, then you're going to be successful. I have a saying that my personal mantra is God choose what I go through. I choose how I go through it. Let me say it again because I need somebody to catch it in their spirit. God choose what I go through. I choose how I go through it. So you either can choose victory or you can choose defeat. It's on you.
Mm,
And a lot of us allow this world and the people that we're connected to defeat us. I choose victory every time because I don't wake up on no day not to be successful and not to be productive.
hello. I
Choose
needed to
victory.
hear that. I
Yeah.
needed to hear that because sometimes it does get overwhelming. But it was
As
gonna
it
happen.
should.
It was gonna
As
happen
it should.
anyway.
Yeah, as
It's
it
gonna
should
happen
if you're
anyway.
doing
But
what you're
how do
supposed
we
to
get
do.
out of it?
Right.
How do we?
Choose
What
to
mindset do we choose to use to get out of it? Do we choose to
affirm.
stand in it,
No,
or do we
affirm
choose
it.
to rise?
Affirm every morning. Every morning I get up before my feet touch the floor. I'm affirming who I am, who's connected to me, what God has for me. And I don't look at I put my spiritual blinders on, and I don't see to the left or to the right because I'm focused on who God has will have me to be. And I'm speaking it. No, do I tell you, I just said it earlier. We all are not on 100 all the time. We are going to have some down days, but it's how you speaking to yourself to get you out of that.
Norva said, all positive thinking,
Hey,
all
Nora.
motivated thinking. Yes, yes.
That's it. That's it. And she's really big on that. She is. She gets up every morning, 4:30, 4:15, 4:30, and she's listening to positive motivation. She's self-talking. We write our affirmations. We're reading books together. That is what we do because she's part of on my 4 pillars for success. And we're tracking, and everybody in that group is tracking 1 million. They are tracking $1 million, and
Yes.
they have to reach that goal. It is what it is, you
All
know.
right.
So 4 pillars of success. She's one of the 4 in that group that they're tracking 1 million, and they are doing it because they're putting those positive affirmation and positive self-talk in place every day. And
Right.
things that they thought that they would never do, they're doing.
Love it. You are what you think, you are what you consume, you are what you believe. So
You
when
are
we
what you
start
speak.
that,
You is
that's
the tongue sets on the course of
like,
nature. So you can either speak life or you can speak death to any situation concerning you. So whatever you speak is what is being put in the atmosphere. Speak lives. Speak life to yourself. Not some of the time, all of the
all.
time. Mhm.
That's right. And I think we definitely need to practice it in those moments when you're feeling a little bit low. We can say that we want to be happy all day, but we know that those moments come in. It's not going to be a fully happy day all day, but in those moments, especially, you definitely want to speak it more so that you
Exactly.
can speak that positivity back into the day.
Hmm. Hmm.
Love it. Well, well, well. I do like to also do get to know me, ask me anything. You got a chance to ask me one question. What would your one question be?
My question for you, Miss Kaylee, is what's next? What's
Oh,
next for you? Not for your clients, not for those that are associated or connected to you. What's next for you?
ah. So, like I said, my intention for this year was to keep consistently working toward the consistency for the brand. I also am working on a EP that I've been sitting on for quite some time, and I feel like this is the moment that it needs to be released. So I'm gonna say it again, you guys. September 13th, the X Files will finally come together so that you all can hear. And I aspire to be better than who I was last year. Last year was a turning point because I did have brain surgery, and God gave me a chance to be here another year. So I'm gonna do it bigger and better for my why.
So
Continue to
your motto, your mantra right now is make it count.
make it
Make
count. That's right.
Now I'm speaking that into your life. Make it count because a lot of people went through what you went through and didn't make it,
That's right.
but you did. So make it count. And now I'm gonna say September the 13th is definitely a blessed day. And I am going to remember that date because my best friend's birthday is September the 13th. And she passed away the day before Christmas, the day after Christmas in 2023. So she's been gone. But when I tell you that, not my best friend, my sister, I call her my sister.
Yeah.
And it was just unexpected. It was, it was just tragic. But I know that for her birthday, that if you're celebrating the launch of your EP, then that day is going to be a blessed day. I'm
And what's
speaking
her
that
name?
into
What's her
Her name
name?
is Gloria Brown Bell. Gloria Brown
Gloria
Bell.
Brown Bill.
My sister. So that was her birthday, September the 13th. And we're going to be celebrating her 1 year passed away in September. So I know that that's going to be a blessed day for you. And I'm going to be checking on you to make sure that everything is working to that good, to that
And
date.
we're gonna
Okay.
celebrate Gloria Brown Bill over here as well because
Yes,
it'll
ma'am.
be a dedication to her as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I know that you can do it, and I believe in you. And let me tell you this, because when you're a person that helps people, people sometimes forget about you, but you can't forget about yourself. You cannot forget about yourself. So make sure that you are doing exactly what you say that you're going to do. And I'm saying that I'm speaking life to you.
Thank you.
Don't let September the 13th come and that EP is not done. You understand what I'm saying? And I tell clients, you can change the date, but you can never change the goal. But for you, I'm saying hold fast to that date and get it done for you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now for you, what are your goals and intentions for 2024?
Well, one of them has happened.
She's ringing, guys. She's blinging
Yes,
over here.
yes, I have accomplished that. One thing that I would like to do for myself is my goal is to start a finishing school for girls, 13 to 18. And so getting in place, finding my location, because it will be like they come and they stay on campus. So I'm really looking for a campus to create a school for girls that when they walk away, they're creme de la creme. They are the best in society. They have to have two foreign languages, and they have to have some form of art. So if it's music or actual art, whatever they want to do, I want them to be able to be presented to society as top echelon. So my goal now is to really work on finding my location, a building, and I want it to be so prestigious that you have to be on a waiting list to
Mm,
come to the school. I am an educator. My family is a family of educators, so we really want to pull this off, a finishing school for girls 13 to 18, because when we look at our ladies today, they lack structure. And I see it every day because I am an educator. I teach 11th and 12th graders, ACT, SAT, so that they can graduate high school and go on to college. But when I tell you that a lot of these girls' parents are competing against them, so they're not trying to be parents because they're trying to be their child.
mm-hmm.
And I just think that there's so much more in store for women of color, and I'm talking about brown and black women, and that they can finish and be top echelon. They can go to Ivy League schools and be the Michelle Obamas and those type of people that are making change and making history. Because we can still hear, oh, she's the first black this or he's the first black. We still hearing this even in 2024.
Right.
So let's really make a dent. Let's really make some changes happen. So really, getting my finishing school off the ground is what I'm looking at. Getting it off. So, my real goal is to have it up and running by 2027. But I need a location. I need to, if I have to build, if I have to do the foundation and restructure, I want to be able to do that. But I want to make sure that when they get there, that they're there and they don't want to leave.
That's right. That's right.
So that's what's next.
And it is surely going to happen. Let me know how I can help you in the process because that's a wonderful journey to go on. That's a wonderful thing that our youth definitely need.
Absolutely. And then I'm going to go ahead and invite you to be a judge at my next pageant in October. So we will be connecting that way as well, because I really want to, let's collaborate. Let's Come together,
Definitely.
let's do some things. And even if you can teach a branding class at the pageant, because every year we always have speakers that come in and imparting to the women and men on how they can be better in business.
I'm
And if any
definitely
of your listeners want to participate in WBLEP, I would love to have them as well.
definitely let them know where they can
Male
find
and
you.
female. Male and female. Yes, contact me on I'm on social media. If you type in Auntie, you will find me. AUNTIE. I'm a published 5-time published author, 3 times best-selling author. So definitely find me on Facebook at I am Auntie AUNTIE. If you type it in, you will definitely find me. And the pageant is open. We are in open registration right now for men and women because this will be our second year for our men, our seventh year for our women. So if you want to take your business to the next level, then please connect with WBLEP or MBLEP and let's get it popping, baby, because big things are popping.
Yay! All right, you guys. Well, we are at that time to wrap this up. This has been another session with Kaylee the Boss, spotlighting Miss Dr. Omega Auntie. Yes, you are amazing,
Yes.
ma'am. I'm glad you were able to come on and
Thank
speak with
you.
us today. You are always welcome here. If you ever have anything or anybody that you would like to bring on, come on, bring them to the corner so
I
we can have
will.
a good.
I'm going to give you 3 people, and they're in that 4 pillars of success group, and I definitely would like for your audience to hear their stories.
Hello, and they are definitely welcome. Anybody else, if you're wanting to be a guest or suggest a topic, you got some music you want review, please shoot me a message at my Facebook inbox or the email that's scrolling across your screen. That's kaylee.baent@gmail.com. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. We keep it bossy, we keep it saucy, and don't forget to tell your girl, be bossy.